welcome to the massage tutorial. I'm Catherine Hill, an occupational therapist at Ability KC, and I'm going to be showing you some of the strokes that you have learned or your therapist wants you to do with massage with your child. The benefits of massage, just real quick before we get into it, why your therapist might be asking you to do this is to help with tone management, to help with sensory awareness, motor development, to help with gas and fussiness. And then it's also just really something calming and nice that you can do with your child to help them focus and to be able to do whatever it is that you need them to do. Some of the starters with massage is making sure you're using lotion or oil that you've tested on your child's skin to make sure they're not allergic. The other thing is you want to be mindful of the pressure and the rate at which you're doing massage. The faster you go, the more alerting and exciting they might be. The slower you go, the more calming and organizing it is. You're going to want to stay on that more slow end. But if you notice your child is getting revved up, take a second and think, am I going fast? The other thing is if you go too light in your touch, it's going to be really alerting, and you can practice that on yourself. Versus something more deep is going to be more calming and organizing. And we want that medium, calming, organizing pressure. Again, try it on yourself and make sure that you feel that difference. A lot of people are afraid that they will give too much pressure. And so using your own arm is a really good way of telling that, because if you're afraid of giving too much pressure and you're actually giving really light pressure, you might be not getting the results you want. So that's a great way to tell. So for massage, a good time to do it is when your child is kind of awake and alert, but not super revved up and hyper. You can use a weighted blanket if that's something your therapist has talked with you about, and just doing like one arm at a time, one leg at a time. Or you can hold them in your arms, my fake baby doll. Your arms, you can have your knees propped up and be holding them this way. You can have them on a boppy, or you can have them just laying down. I'm gonna for the purpose of showing you, be moving this doll around in lots of different positions so you can see it best. So please always make sure that your child is in a safe position when you're doing this. Okay, so I typically start with the arms. For some reason, kids seem to respond best when you start with their arms, but your child might be different. Know that it might take time to build up to all of these strokes, but each time try to do a little bit more of this if you can. So for the arm, what you're gonna do is grab on with your, like that, and then your other fingers follow, and you're gonna pull down like you're milking a cow. So you're just gonna do that a couple times through. The next stroke, you're gonna hold on, but you're gonna take a twisting motion. So you're gonna twist your hands very gently, not doing like pinching, but you're just doing a nice twist. And again, you can practice this on yourself and see how this feels. From here, you're going to move on to the hands. This might be a sensitive area, so again, work your way up to it. If it is, it often helps to give a nice compressive hold, just holding tightly for 10 to 30 seconds if you need to, just to let them get used to you touching their hands. And there you're gonna stretch that hand. You're gonna just hold it. I might do some gentle strokes, milking type strokes, but you're gonna wanna move the wrist forward and back and in circles, just loosening up that joint. From there, you're gonna get into the fingers, and you're gonna do that same milking movement that you did on the arm. And when you get into the fingers after this, you're gonna take at the joint, you're gonna twist like this, like you have a pencil eraser and you're just fiddling with it, you're twisting it. This, if you try it on yourself too, you can feel it. This brings a lot of awareness and awareness to these joints, which will help them use their hands a little bit better too. So that's the arm. Now, if your baby is maybe not wearing a shirt, you can also kind of start at the chest. So again, I'm not holding this baby in the right position, but you can kind of start here and kind of come out, depending on if that's something your child might need. Now next I'm going to show you the tummy. This is awesome for gas relief or constipation. Might not work every time, but it's definitely a conservative way that you can help your child with some gas. What you're going to do is keep in mind that their GI tract is like a one-way highway. It's all going out one direction. You don't want to be pushing going the wrong direction, or that's going to make not a very happy baby. So when you are facing your baby, remember it's like reading a book. The way that their system goes is left to right. So when you're looking at your baby, it's just like you would be reading. So what you're going to do for the first kind of stroke, you're going to hold your baby and you're going to come in here and you're just kind of start kind of loosening up those hips a little bit, getting that gas up. From here, I do like kind of a paddling. So you're going to come in kind of this motion, right? So you're going to come down onto your tummy just like that. Just a couple times through, 5 or so strokes. From here, you're gonna do the hands of a clock. So you're gonna go around, just like there's a hand on the clock, just going around just like that, okay? Once you've done that, you're gonna do pulling open the curtain. So you're gonna put, and I'm gonna flip this baby upside down so you can kind of see. I'll go this way. So you're gonna put your hands right kind of by their belly button, and you're gonna pull away the curtain, just like that. From here, this is the most important one. You're gonna do this kind of sequence right here. You wanna make sure you push their knees into their tummy. You can kind of rock them back and forth and then come out. You can do that a couple times. And then you're gonna do what's called the I love you stroke. So you're gonna go up and make an I, so I, and then you're gonna make an L, love, and then you're gonna make a U all the way. And you can say this to your child. It's kind of a nice, fun, playful thing to do. So you're just gonna go I, love, and you. And then after that, you're gonna push those knees back into that tummy. And you might really get some toots here, which is good for your baby, maybe not so good for your nose, but that's okay, that's the point. From here, you're gonna do a rainbow walk. So you're gonna make it like a rainbow over your child's belly button. You're gonna walk your fingers just like that. Then the last thing you're gonna do is just that rocking side to side. So you're just gonna kind of cup and rock from side to side. You can push in, and that's how you do it. Legs are very similar to the arms. You're gonna start kind of up at that top thigh as high as you can reach up, and you're gonna pull out, milking that cow. Then you're gonna do the twist move, twist, and twist again. From there, you're gonna kind of hold that ankle and foot of your hand, and you're gonna kind of move that ankle kind of round in circles, stretch the toes out. From there, you can kind of do the same thing where you kind of get each toe and you can kind of wiggle it a little bit. With the foot, what's really cool that you can get up to doing is making your fingers kind of poking a line up to here, to each toe. This is really gonna help with that sensory awareness. And then you can do something that's really kind of fun, is you can do what's called an airplane, where you kind of come over the top and you then move your hand like an airplane from side to side, and you can work on some visual tracking. It helps again with that sensory awareness. So that is the arms, the feet, the legs, the belly. I am just gonna show you a little bit about the face. This can really help with some teething. So it's very simple. You're just, with your thumbs, you're just making basically a line through, if your child will tolerate it. making sure you're watching out for the eyes. Now you can come in between right here and kind of wiggle. Helps kind of loosen up some mucus, which is kind of nice. And then for those teeth, you can kind of definitely come up in their upper lip, kind of making a smile and coming around. And then for their backs, you can just make sure you're always being careful of the spine. You don't want to put any pressure on that spine. So just really gentle, kind of cupping your hand, pulling down. And then you can also do little circles on the side of their back. And then from here, you can do one more stroke down. And then you can make like kind of 4 with your finger and do like kind of a vibration, kind of all the way through like a little rake. It's kind of nice and alerting. And that is all of the strokes and massage. Please let your therapist know if you have any questions. Hopefully this is a helpful tool for you. Thank you.